Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we, you're wondering? Well, we're dropping down from home in the Armu village, and we're going to come round this little corner and you're going to get a great view down to Paradise, that's for sure. Wonderful day. As you can see, the sky is blue, the sea is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue, so all that's actually missing is you. Get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Now, the breakfast crew, what's going on with this crew? It's getting bigger and bigger. I'm going to have to get some trailers and hook them on the back of the car. There's so many people wanting to get on board, and I thank you all. I really do appreciate your support, and it feels really nice to know that there's one or two people that want to come on the show and well, get a lift as we mosey on down in and around the downtown Paphos area. Now, Mr. Ronnie, yep, Ronnie Zameri over there in the Holy Land. You tickled me, so guess what? I've chucked you on the sofa. Welcome to the breakfast crew. And there's many other people as well. We've got some of the stars of the show. Miss Dawn, yes, Mr. Sean, and of course they've got their two furry friends, our little Cypriot cat known as Miss Daisy, who's missing home and the weather and the blueness of the sky. But she's got a new friend in her life, a little dog called Bo, and they're great friends, and they like to sit on the knees of Mr. Sean and Miss Dawn and well, watch what's going on and wondering who the hell is that calling out my name. So good morning, Mr. Bo, and good morning, Miss Daisy. Sit back and relax and enjoy the drive. And there's many other people as well, if you understand. There's too many to mention, so I've decided I'll mention a few one day and then I'll mention a few the next day. That seems fairer. Now, we've got another guy on the sofa there, Mr. Doug, who joined us last week, and he is annoyed that I keep talking about him drinking his rum and coke. He's not an alcoholic, well, not yet, but he does like to have a drink or two because he's from Bonnie, Scotland, and it's cold up there. But what he's looking for is help and advice because he wants to write a novel. He wants to write a murder mystery suspense novel, and he wants to base it in Cyprus. So he's looking for ideas. Now, we know who he wants to murder. Obviously that's me, Mr. Paul, but he's looking for help with some characters and locations and that kind of stuff. So if anyone can come up with some great ideas, drop them in the comments, and obviously Mr. Doug can read them, and hopefully he will write that best-selling novel, and you never know, he might even accredit it to us and we might get some of those royalties. You never know. Now, some of the other superstars. The girl in charge of the tea and the cookies, Miss Vivian. Well, she's always going to be on the show because she's got a very important job indeed. And of course, by the time she's whizzed round pouring the tea and the biscuits and all those kind of things, she doesn't even get a chance to sit down because the show is over. Anyway, good morning, Miss Vivian. So get on with it. Get those kettles on. There's a lot of people that want a nice strong brew and a cookie. Chocolate chip for me, medium size, as I keep telling you. A little bit of milk and a little bit of sugar because I'm not quite sweet enough. Not just yet, anyway. Mr. Roger, Miss Anne. Hang on for dear life. There's one or two potholes around, as you know. Lady Caroline, Lady OO, so sweet Caroline, to give her full title. She's probably tuning in and she's getting her jupper on the memory foam cushion because she understands that the roads in and around Paphos, well, they're a little bit Sherlock Holmes, that is for sure. And I've no doubt her partner in crime, Lord Nigel Big Guns, is knocking back a gentleman's sour, which for now and forevermore, of course, is known as the Nigel Big Guns cocktail. So anybody, Mr. Andrew, Miss Nessie, if you're checking into the Alexander the Great, pop into the cocktail bar and ask for a Big Guns, and they're going to fully understand what you are talking about. And while you're there rubbing shoulders with the Dame Anne, well, you can have a Dame Anne special as well. And you never know, if you do manage to track down Mr. Andy in his blue BMW, and if you check in the trunk, in the boot, you might even find my JJ Tonic, Miss Justine. Anyway, if you happen to rub shoulders with him next time you're in downtown Paphos, I'm sure you can all hang out in the Alexander the Great cocktail bar and knock a few jars back. that is for sure. So where are we? Well, we've just entered Uptown Paphos. That's where we are, and coming up on the left hand side very, very shortly, of course, is going to be one of the most famous icons in the world, and that is the golden arches of McDonald's. So who likes McDonald's? Well, we all do, really. Most of us like to go there now and again. Some of us frequent it more often than others, though. Miss Andrea and Mr. Mart, they do like McDonald's. And of course, they're flying out to Paphos in a couple of weeks. They're going to get rid of those winter blues, and they're going to appear on camera, that's for sure. And just so you understand, they've got a YouTube channel. Now, they don't take it very, very seriously, but I do. And I'm planning on making their channel a 1 million subscriber channel, because, to be honest, I think that Mr. Mart has got a little gift. He's got the gift of the gab, and he's got a nice voice, a nice accent, and a nice calm way, the way he delivers his information. And on top of that, he's got a great knowledge of the area where they live, which is on the outskirts of Norwich, or Norfolk, sorry, I'm getting my cities confused. So he's going to wiggle and waggle around the town centres and the villages and put together 1 or 2 videos. And of course, Mike Gumbaru, his partner in crime, Miss Andrea, is going to do some of the narration as well. And I think she's got a lovely voice, by the way. She's conscious of her voice, so please tune into Andrea and Mart. You pop that into the search bar on YouTube, Andrea and Mart. Forgive their first couple, because they were just special videos that they were making for me and Marika. But again, we found them very interesting. But now they're going to focus on driving around. So if you like this channel, maybe you'll like that channel. So go and have a look at it. Andrea Mart on YouTube. And I'll promote them pretty much every day, because I think they're stars. And they should be much, much bigger stars than they actually are. And I think So Sweet Caroline has subscribed, or that's what Andrew's telling me. So you never know, you might get Nigel Big Guns on there as well. Bit of a traffic jam in downtown Paphos. Oh, if you're curious to know about the temperature, by the way, 22 degrees. According to the dash on the old girl, it says it's 22 degrees, and she's German, so, well, they don't tend to lie. 22 degrees, and as you can see, the sky is blue. Pretty sure the sea is blue, because we can see it from before, and it's cooking us out there. I've got the aircon set to 18 degrees. That's my perfect temperature, if you understand. On the left hand side, the former Debenhams, that's what it is now. It's called the ERA department store, but not for long. They're going to demolish it soon and build yet another one of those monstrous carbuncles. Yes, David, did you hear me? They've got one down in the Promenade Harbour area, which we were complaining about the other day, and they're going to build another one there, and they've got plans to build 3 or 4 more as well. Now, I'm not ranting. I mean, it's called progress. They've come up with a plan. They've understood if they build more stories, they can build more apartments, and in theory they can then make more money. So not a bad idea. Might buy a plot of land somewhere and build a skyscraper, and you never know, 1 or 2 of you may want to come and live with us, shall we say, up above us or down beneath us, who knows. But you never know, there could be a couple of bob in it for me. You never know. Right, we're heading down towards Paradise. Why are we going down towards Paradise? Well, we've got a customer down there, and that's where we're going, and we're going to go and see what he's done to his car, because apparently he's gone over a pavement and then come down the other side of the pavements and ripped half of his bumper off. So could be a couple of bob in it for me, and I could get to have a damn good rummage around in his wallet when we take the car back. So, road down to Paradise. Lots of people know this road, obviously. Miss Maggie, one of her favourite roads. The Dame Anne, she knows this road. She knows at the end of this road is the absolute most beautiful place in the world, and it's called Paphos, and of course it's the Hotels Road, Paradise Avenue, and if you take a right and follow it to the end of its fruition, you're going to come into the Paphos Promenade area, and you're going to come into the harbour area. Now obviously at the moment the harbour area is having a little bit of surgery. It's well, it's on the operating theatre, shall we say, but there's a lot of doctors and a lot of nurses knocking 7 bells out of it, and very surely they're going to stitch it all back up again, and it's going to look absolutely spectacular, and it's going to come back better than it ever was before. And you're all going to have a great time, as long as you're not coming before the end of April. But even if you come sooner, we'll open the fencing up and let you have a bit of a wander around and stick your nose in here and stick your nose in there. So stick with us. The video is going to come to an end when we hit the Paradise Avenue, and we're going to take a right, and I'm going to take you down towards the promenade. So if there is somewhere special that you want us to go to, don't forget to drop it in the comments. And of course, if you tickle me enough, I will go and have a look, that's for sure. And again, people have asked, how do you get onto the breakfast cruise? Very, very simple. All you got to do is write a comment that tickles me, and you will appear very, very soon. Like I said, there's too many people coming on board, so obviously we're not going to be able to name every person in every video, but we're going to do it now on a randomness, if you understand me. So if you weren't in this video, don't worry, you could be in the next video. Now, on that note, if you really, really do like what you see, why not hit the like, click subscribe, and perhaps come back for that little bit more of my complete and utter insanity. And if you really want to watch the channel grow and help us to go to new destinations, why not consider to go through to our About page, where there is an icon called the coffee icon. Buy me a coffee, that's what it is. A lot of people know what it is. You can click through to that and you can make a small contribution, a coffee or two, and we promise to liquidate that into either coffee to wake me up in the morning, or to keep me awake during the day, or into benzene, which then of course is liquid petrol, which will allow us to drive around and make that special video for you, and of course everyone else who would like to watch. So where are we? The Pasadena Avenue, that's where we are. When we were coming down the road there, the hotel in front of us was the Olympic Lagoon Resort, which is having a bit of renovations. A few people have asked, don't worry, we'll be popping back to see what's been going on, and we'll be sticking our nose in, whether they want to throw us out or not. It doesn't really bother us, if you understand me. On the left hand side now is the Anesia Beach Bar, and that's their car park. And then this here is the Amalfi Hotel. Some superstars stayed in there recently. Mr. Joe Cox, yep, I ain't forgotten you, all the way back in sunny Manchester. Brought his wonderful wife with him, Miss Julie, and of course their sister, Miss Kathy, and Mr. Colin, and they both celebrated birthdays. Big birthday for Kathy, her 50th, and 53rd for Mr. Colin, her partner in crime. Next hotel on the block, there it is. Possibly the greatest hotel in Paphos, because the service in there is truly, truly exceptional, and more people come back to that hotel than any other hotel on the entire island, by the way. The satisfaction rating in that hotel is higher than 70%. Yeah, you heard it correctly. It has a phenomenal crew of staff, and lots of people come there year after year, and they come there just to say hello to their friends and to make sure that they're all right. So where are we now? Well, this is, shall we say, the start of the descent into the... Oh, look, the mayor's been doing a pothole. There you go. Did you see that? Did you see that, Dizzy Blonde? There was a little bit of tarmac being stuffed into a little hole. They forgot to do all the area around it. Anyway, rant over. There we go. Marius Diamonds is closed. So, Richard, you haven't got to worry about bringing Julie out. It's closed. You'll be safe today. Two superstars staying in downtown Paphos at the moment, by the way. Richard and Julie Davis, and of course they've got their son Leo with them. And we're looking forward to hanging out with them. And you never know, we might even get them onto a video. And that would be a laugh, that's for sure. So, there it is. Closed off, of course, to pedestrians. That is the promenade area. So we have to wiggle and waggle round the back of it. And then we're going to come out in the harbour area, and hopefully you're going to get a truly, truly spectacular view indeed. Lots of property development going on, by the way. They're building more apartments there on the right hand side, and then here is another escape route to the left here that takes you straight down to the blue Mediterranean Sea. To give you a reference and a bearing point there, that's the Papa Antonio at the Harbour supermarket, which means across the road, of course, is the Leptos Basilica Holiday Resort. And if you're looking to do some diving, well, CY Dive, if you take a left there just after the supermarket, walk for about 25 yards, and on your right hand side up some steps, guess what? That's where you go if you want to go diving. So Damon Ritchie, Lord Damon Ritchie, that's probably where you're going to go with Lady Zuska, and you're going to do a bit of dibbling and dabbling and diving and learning how to breathe and all those kind of things. On an electric scooter, well, on the left hand side there, that's where Miss Maria hangs out, and you get a free helmet with every 30 euros that you give her, and of course you get a scooter, and you get to whiz around for an hour or so, or an hour and a half, I think it is. The deals are always changing, so don't forget to haggle with her a little bit. Now, what can we see now? That's it. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. This is technically where the promenade finishes, and now that's where the harbour begins. And as you can see, there's cones and railings and all sorts of things, and the harbour, like I say, is on the operating table and it's having a bit of work done. So don't forget to come back for the next update in a few days. And I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you really like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and why not come back for a little bit more of our madness. Let's go and have a little mosey on down in here, because lots of people like to know what's going on. This is the harbour bus station pick up and drop off. Look at that, ultra modern, and looks very nice indeed. So if you're looking for a bus in the harbour, it's going to open up shortly, I would say. They're doing those final finishing touches. So at the very end of the car park, just before you get to the harbour, if you were to look up to your right, that is where the new bus station is going to be. Now, let's go and see if we can finish on a truly spectacular view on a spectacular day in the 4th week of January, if you're curious to know where we are. Look at that. I don't think it can get much better. Thanks for watching.